MiNT, MiNT. MiNT is now TOS. MiNT is a free software alternative operating system kernel for the Atari ST system and its successors. It is a multitasking alternative to TOS and MagiC. Together with the free system components fVDI device drivers, XaAES graphical user interface widgets, and TeraDesk file manager, MiNT provides a free TOS-compatible replacement OS that can multitask. History. Work on MiNT began in 1989, as the developer Eric Smith was trying to port the GNU library and related utilities on the Atari ST TOS. It turned out quickly that it was much easier to add a Unix-like layer to the TOS than to patch all of the GNU software, and MiNT began as a TOS extension to help in porting. MiNT was originally released by Eric Smith as MiNT is not TOS, a recursive acronym in the style of GNU not Unix, in May 1990. The new kernel got traction, with people contributing a port of the Minix file system and a port to the Atari TT. At the same time, Atari was looking to enhance the TOS with multitasking abilities. They found that MiNT could fulfill the job and hired Eric Smith. MiNT was adopted as an official alternative kernel with the release of the Atari Falcon, slightly altering the MiNT acronym into MiNT is now TOS. Atari bundled MiNT with a multitasking version of the graphics environment manager GM under the name multi-TOS as a floppy disk-based installer. After Atari left the computer market, MiNT development continued under the name Free MiNT and is now maintained by a team of volunteers. Free MiNT development follows a classic open-source approach, with the source code hosted on a publicly browsable free MiNT Git repository on GitHub and development discussed in a public mailing list, which is maintained on SourceForge after an earlier 2014 move from Atari Forge, where it was maintained for almost 20 years. Hardware requirements. A minimal install of MiNT will run on an Atari ST with its stock 8 MHz 68,000 CPU with 4 MB RAM and a hard drive. It is highly recommended that an Atari computer with a 16 MHz 68,030 CPU and 8 MB of RAM be used. MiNT can also run inside the emulators Atari and STEAM, and with networking on the 68040 virtual machine ARINIM. MiNT software ecosystem. Free MiNT provides only a kernel, so several distributions support MiNT like Vanilla Mint, Easy Mint, ST Mint, and BKey/BPI. Although Free MiNT can use the graphical user interface of the TOS, the graphics environment manager GEM, and the application environment services or AES, it is better served with an enhanced AES, which can use its multitasking abilities. The default one is currently XaAES, which is developed as a free MiNT kernel module. The older NAES also works, however the modern alternative is MiAES.